This is a catcher's
Oh, a
mitt.
ketchup. How do you spell that?
If you play your cards right, you will.
I'm a very good poker player.
You're a good poker player.
Very good.
And a good Scrabble player.
And very good one.
And a good Scrabble player.
Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling. Always smile at attractive ladies.
Johnny Carson was famous for keeping control, but sometimes one guest could make the mask slip. Tonight, 4 women do exactly that. For 30 years, Johnny Carson sat behind that desk and gave us his very best. The timing, the warmth, the setup, the punchline. What he almost never gave us was himself. He had the best poker face on television, but every once in a while, someone slipped past the act, and for a few seconds, you could see the man behind the desk. Before America saw Michelle Pfeiffer as a star, Johnny Carson saw the spark. It was 1980. She was 22, unknown, and fresh from working at a Vaughn's Market in Orange County. She had a movie to promote and no idea what was coming. Then she sat down beside Johnny, and within seconds, he was already grinning.
You're a very pretty young lady.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I suppose that's a common...
You're a very handsome man.
Thank you. What are you doing tonight? No, that's a silly thing.
She's coming to my party.
Are you going to Shelley's party?
Yeah, sure she is.
I didn't get an invitation.
She was not trying to win the room. That was the charm. She gave Johnny short answers, dry answers, honest answers, and somehow that made him lean in further. Then he asked how she got there, and the answer sounded almost too Hollywood to be true.
Somebody told me you were a box girl at Vaughn's Market.
Yes.
True?
True.
Oh, that sounds like a Hollywood script. I mean...
It sort of does. I was boxing groceries at Vaughn's, and then I was promoted to checker. And one day I said, "What am I doing here?" And
Once you've reached checker, that's just about... It's hard to follow that.
Most 22-year-olds would have tried to sound like a star. Michelle just told the truth, and the truth was funnier than anything she could have made up. He had heard almost every kind of answer on that couch. What came next, even he did not see coming.
I really look back and I think I've been very fortunate because I was very naive and I could have been taken advantage of many times.
You certainly can.
Yeah. And I think it happens a lot.
Tonight may be the first time that you're taken advantage of. No.
By who?
I don't know.
Johnny had charmed bigger names, but he had not been disarmed by one this young in a long time. This was Michelle Pfeiffer's first appearance with Johnny Carson. Within 3 years, she would be in Scarface. By the end of the decade, she would be one of the biggest movie stars in America. Pfeiffer caught Johnny off guard by accident. The next woman would do it on purpose. And she would not just notice the smile, she would call it out by name. By 1989, Cybill Shepherd had nothing left to prove. She had been a beauty queen, a movie star, and the woman America watched every week on Moonlighting. She walked onto Johnny's stage that night knowing exactly who she was, and almost immediately, she started reading him as carefully as he was reading her. Within the first minute, Johnny had just learned she had been Miss Congeniality at a teenage beauty pageant in Memphis, and he wanted to know how the judges decided.
Yeah, how do they judge Miss Congeniality? What does that mean? I mean, did the girls like you, the judges like you, or what?
The girls like me.
Yeah.
But I was embarrassed to admit that for years.
Why?
Because I was trying to cultivate this aloof persona, but I'm not really like that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
She was not just answering Johnny's questions, she was watching him answer his own. Most guests give in to the host's rhythm. Cybill set her own. Then Johnny mentioned Bruce Willis, and before he could even finish the thought, Cybill caught the look on his face.
Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling. Always smile at attractive ladies.
Most guests tried to make Johnny laugh. Cybill did something better. She caught him smiling before he could cover it. He had been the one asking the questions for 27 years. Tonight, his guest was about to turn one of them back on him.
Many men who could handle me 16 hours a day, you know.
Really? Why do you say that? What do you mean?
Well, after 16
Are you difficult to
hours,
live with?
Yes, I think, you know, working 10 months straight, 16 hours a day. I mean, maybe you could handle it. But...
No. No, I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah.
Johnny did not bite, but Cybill had set the trap so well that for half a beat, he had to think about it. Cybill Shepherd would keep working for decades. In the 90s, she would win a Golden Globe for her own sitcom. But But on this June night in 1989, she gave the audience something they almost never saw: Johnny getting caught. The next guest would not try to catch Johnny at anything. She had something funnier in mind, and he knew it before she sat down. If you enjoy moments like this, hit subscribe. We bring new ones every week. By the summer of 1984, Joan Collins was one of the most watched women on American television. As Alexis Carrington on Dynasty, she had become the villain America loved to watch. The shoulder pads, the stare, the one-liners. She walked into the studio that night with the whole Alexis legend behind her, and Johnny's first move told you everything. He put on a catcher's mask.
Have you ever done an interview in which the host wore a catcher's mask?
A catcher? What's a catcher?
This is a catcher's
Oh, a
mask.
catcher. How do you spell that? This might
Just to
mess
make it
my
different.
hair.
Just hold it up. Just hold it up. Don't
Yes.
bring your hair. Yeah.
And we just talk like this for a while.
Okay.
Johnny did not just prepare questions for Joan Collins, he prepared protection. Then Joan looked at the rest of the props, and Johnny had to explain the joke before he started laughing at it himself.
They remind me of the sort of, what do they used to
I
put
don't
those
know what
women?
they remind you of. I'm afraid to ask. You know some interesting fellow if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
They could be
Maybe that
one of
It's a
those.
catcher's for a baseball game.
Oh, a catcher.
Catcher's
Sorry.
man, a catcher's man.
Sorry, you sound so American, Johnny.
Well, we don't have to do that. I don't
No,
want you to
fine.
mush her.
Johnny brought the bit. Joan stole it from him in 2 lines. They were not done playing yet. The best line of the night was still coming, and it was hers.
You realize that if he and I got married, we wouldn't have to change the monograms on the towels? Wouldn't that be cute? And also have a similar...
Nobody ever has. Come to think of it. Why, I see JC here. I love JC. Oh, that's you, right?
Yes.
That's you. I see.
That grin is not the host grin. That is Johnny enjoying himself on his own show. Joan Collins was 51 years old that night, riding the peak of Dynasty's reign over American television, with her autobiography climbing toward the top of the bestseller list. She walked onto Johnny's couch as a peer, and she left him laughing on his own show. That was the only thing Johnny ever wanted from a guest, and Joan gave it to him without breaking a sweat. But there was one guest Johnny did not try to handle with a prop or a bit. One guest he prepared for like he had something to prove, and from the moment she walked out, he was no longer in charge of the conversation. In 1979, Sophia Loren was already a legend, an Academy Award winner, an international star, the face of Italian glamour for an entire generation. Johnny Carson had interviewed almost everyone, but he had barely met Sophia. And from the first seconds of the segment, you could tell something was different. He was not just hosting tonight, he was trying to make a good impression.
I have something for you. Now, I hope you don't think this is forward. We just met. And I know when you grew up in Italy, there are old family customs and so forth, but is it too forward to buy you a little gift?
A little one,
Want to see?
yes.
Sure. Just a little. You can open it.
Johnny did not bring gifts for guests. He prepared questions, props, sometimes a joke. With Sophia, he prepared a present. Then he tried something even riskier. He tried a line in Italian and asked her if it sounded okay.
Now, if I say to you, then they say,
Eh?
ancora buona. Then they say ancora buona.
Come?
Ancora buona.
Ancora buono.
Means nothing at all to you.
Well, it depends if you speak slang.
What would...
Is it slang?
Might be. But, did I say something terrible?
No, very nice. Very flattering for a woman.
Johnny had charmed everyone in Hollywood at one time or another. With Sophia, he was the one being charmed. Then Johnny asked for a place in her next book, and Sophia gave him an answer that stopped him cold.
Well, in your next book, would you maybe include a little paragraph, me in there?
A good one.
A good one.
A good one.
But you probably don't know much about me at all.
I may know about you later on.
If you play your cards right, you will.
Johnny had heard every kind of line by 1979, but that one got through. Sophia Loren would keep making films for decades, and Hollywood would later honor the full sweep of her career with an honorary Academy Award. But this night belongs to a smaller kind of history. Johnny Carson had spent 16 years making guests comfortable. With Sophia, for one night, The man behind the desk was the one being put at ease. Michelle Pfeiffer disarmed him by not trying. Cybill Shepherd caught him in the act. Joan Collins took his own bit and ran it better than he did. And Sophia Loren made him forget he was supposed to be in charge. Johnny Carson spent 30 years making America laugh. But every now and then, someone made him forget he was supposed to be in control. They really do not make them like this anymore.